whatever you two moves here. Now with Clifford the Big Red Dog in theaters now, that's not the first time. This is literally not the first time Clifford made his way to the big screen. All right, the pretty much the last time they did a Clifford movie back in theaters was back in 2004 with the Clifford film, simply titled Clifford's Really Big Movie. Now this film premiered all the way back, pretty much all the way back on on February 20th, 2004. And of course, it is based on the iconic PBS Kids show, which is based on the classic children's book and all. Now, Clifford was actually voiced by the late great John Ritter, and this was actually, I believe, this was actually John Ritter's last movie before. Yeah, he died in 2003, so the movie got released in 2004. Yeah, this was actually pretty much his final film before he passed away. R.I.P. Man, comedy legend right there. And to be honest, with the new Clifford movie, I'm a little so glad that the story does not talk this time around, because to be honest, you cannot really top John Ritter. All right, like John Ritter's vocals as Clifford in the original is so iconic. He voiced that character really well. I mean, you can never replace John Ritter. Okay. And you, of course, had some other really cool voice casts here, too. Like, you had Wayne Brady. Uh, you even had Wilmer Valderrama, who actually voices a Chihuahua in this. Judge Reinhold. Kel Mitchell. Uh, you even had Ernie Hudson was even in this. Gray DeLuise voices the character of Emily Elizabeth, who is actually Clifford's owner. Jenna Elfman was also in this. Kath Sosi, Cree Summer, of course, voices the role of Cleo. I mean, this movie definitely has some really intriguing characters here. Now, here is where you have Clifford, who overhears the character of Mr. Bleakman say that feeding him costs a lot of money here. So, like, this carnivac caught Larry's amazing animals, moved into town, and the animals in the show told Clifford about an animal, pretty much about this animal contest with a prize of lifetime supply of tummy yummies here, which are, of course, dog treats and all. So he decides to run away with his friends Cleo and T-Bone to join the carnivac to win, and of course he wants to win the contest and bring back food, so that way they don't like have to keep buying him food over and over. And of course, Clifford just wants to help and win the contest here. But of course, he ends up having to try to get back home to Emily as well, and it's not really easy. So he pretty much he ends up going to crazy some crazy adventures to get back to Emily here. Now this is one of the few like PBS Kids show that actually got turned into a feature. Obviously, there has been Sesame Street movies, Barney Script, but Clifford is definitely a really iconic one. It's definitely not as annoying as other PBS Kids show like Barney and all. John Ritter, of course, voices Clifford perfectly. Great vocals there. It's pretty funny that Kel Mitchell is also in this because his Keena Kel co-star Keena Thompson is actually in the new Clifford the Big Red Dog movie, so that's pretty funny there too. Anyway, this definitely has a really cool animation style. Like I always quite like the anime here, the animation they use here. Has some really cool vocals, performances. It's really funny, cute, heartfelt. I mean, I remember watching this when I was a little young back in the days. It's been a while since I've seen it, to be honest. But I remember really enjoying it. It's definitely a really fun one, in my opinion. Really decent, adventures that I think, for the family here. And also, I kid you not, you're never going to guess who also is one of the screenwriters of this movie, too, by the way. Yeah, literally kid you not. The screenwriter of this is the same writer of Deadpool. Yeah, just wrap your heads around that. The guy who scripted a foul mouth vigilante as Deadpool scripted Clifford. Yeah, just wrap your heads. Scripted a movie about Big Red Dog. Okay, just wrap your heads around that. That aside, Clifford's a really big movie. It's true that they never did actually like other films and all, but to be honest, I think when John Mayer passed away, that when the actual show ended and all. So, R.I.P. Man. That guy was a comic legend. Whether it's at Three's Company, Ace of Rules, Prom Child, I've always loved John Mayer's work, and this is definitely one of my favorite roles of his. And yeah, if you have not really seen Clifford's Really Big Movie, I'll say give it a shot. You might enjoy it or you might not enjoy it. Either way, it's been literally about how long has it been? Probably about 16 years or maybe 15 years since the movie got released. Boy, talk about film old right there. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Did you have a chance to check out Clifford's Really Big Movie? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Were you ever a fan of Clifford growing up? Have you ever read, remember reading the books back in the days? Have you ever saw the PBS Kids show back in the day? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Sammy signing out.